Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to continue talking about Bitcoin. Plus, I'm going to give you an amazing trading strategy that is really going to make you a lot of money, especially when it comes to trading alternative cryptocurrencies, because in the next coming few weeks, we are going to experience a mini bull run, a mini altcoin season, if I can put it that way, because Bitcoin is going to be trading sideways. If you guys have been in the cryptocurrency game for quite a little bit of time, right, you obviously know that there's one simple rule that we have. Whenever Bitcoin is trading sideways, then you guys are bound to experience an altcoin, season, or rather altcoins tend to perform better. Now, a lot of people are expecting that Bitcoin is going to drop way below 3,000 US dollars like anytime soon. But to be honest with you guys, whenever everybody is expecting Bitcoin to perform, or rather to do something in a particular way, this rarely happens. So what's really going to happen in the next coming few weeks? Obviously, the price of Bitcoin is going to be moving sideways, and we are going to come up with a better strategy whenever we are closer to like having a breakout, breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside as well. So we are going to be adjusting our trading strategies according to how Bitcoin is going to be performing. But trust me, in the next coming few weeks, we are going to be trading sideways, and cryptocurrencies such as Litecoin are going to be doing very well, because apparently Litecoin is going to be having its halving. It's going to be reducing the amount of block rewards. So in today's video, we are obviously going to be talking about EOS. We are also going to talk about Tron, and we are also going to definitely talk about Vechain, VET. I really think that a lot of people are really going to make a whole lot of money trading VET. So if you guys are interested in such type of material, please kindly smash the like button. In the past few days, or rather the past few weeks, I have been trying to upload on a consistent basis because I was so very lazy, uploading on my YouTube channel. But right now, I'm full of fire, and I really want you guys to make money as well, because it's all about helping each other. And I really want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because it really allows me to grow my YouTube channel, and it sort of motivates me. And remember, whenever we have successful trades, please just come back to my YouTube channel and say, hey, I made a little bit of money. We are definitely on our way up, because it just gives me a little bit of motivation as well. So without further ado, it's your boy Muna. I'm not really a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and whatever you do, you better do your own due diligence, because investing in cryptocurrencies is extremely risky. So let's get back to the money. So just like we talked about yesterday, the price of Bitcoin has been performing just like we anticipated. In yesterday's video, I really made it clear. I told you that I wasn't really going to be making any trades because I wasn't really sure exactly what Bitcoin was going to do. I'm waiting for the right time to strike, because trading cryptocurrencies is all about finding the most confident trade that you can ever take, because it's all about minimizing risk. It's not just about making 10 trades in a day. It's about making very few trades, and these trades have to give you the most amount of profit. So this is what we are about to do. And yesterday we did talk about the liquidation agents. These are the people that you guys have to avoid, especially when you are trading cryptocurrencies with leverage. If you talk about cryptocurrency exchanges such as BitMEX, right, we have spots which are very good for hunting stop losses. Like for example, this area right around this place right below this support level, this is where a lot of stop limits are going to be triggered. Okay, since you know that this is going to happen, best believe there's going to be a lot of buying power right around this area, because there's institutional investors who are trading. Let me give you one practical example. Right around this area, okay, the people who were hanging around this area, right, the people whose stop losses were triggered, right, these people ended up losing their money, because a lot of them were like, if the price of Bitcoin goes way below this level, right, then it's obviously going to continue drastically going down. And these people ended up shorting Bitcoin. So a lot of new people really tend to make this common mistake. It's a very common mistake, and a lot of people are obviously going to be doing the same right around this area. A lot of people are going to be saying, if the price of Bitcoin goes below this previous support level, right, then we are definitely going to go way below 3,000 US dollars. And best believe this is where a lot of hidden buy power is. So what I really anticipate to happen in the upcoming few hours is the price of Bitcoin is obviously going to go slightly below this level, because the liquidation agencies, or rather the liquidation people, are going to be hunting for your stop limits, and they are also going to be hunting for the people who are going to be selling, or rather going short, right around this area. So just like what really happened here, right, there's going to be like huge major buying power from the institutional investors, and we are going to end up reversing back up. Okay, so that's really going to happen as well. So what I'm doing right now is I have my Bitcoin buy orders right around the 23.5% fib level. So if I were to just do that, if you guys can clearly see this is actually the 8.6% fib level, right? We are trading slightly below this fib level. Okay, this is where apparently we had a little bit of support, as you guys have obviously observed. So yeah, let me just do that. So this is the area where we have our current support, right? And we are trading slightly below that level. So what I'm expecting the price of Bitcoin to do is we are definitely going to sort of try to find some support right around this area. You know, like previous support also tends to play a little bit of you know, supporting factor as well. So we are most likely going to dip right around these areas, and the smartest thing that we can do is we are definitely going to be buying around this area. I'm definitely going to be buying around this area. You guys can do whatever you want, because I know for a fact that there's going to be a lot of institutional money, there's going to be a lot of hidden buying power right around this area. So the current support that we are having right now, I don't really know whether you guys have noticed this, we are looking as if we are losing you know, some momentum right around this area. Okay, so let me just remove that. As you can see, we are struggling to keep this area of support right around this area. So what's really going to happen is we are going to have a very slight, or rather a very fast dip to the downside, and we are going to continue going back up. And what's really going to happen is that when this particular action happens, right, we go down, and then in one long candle we go up, right, and then we're going to be uptrending for like a short period of time, and then we're going to come back down, and we are going to be trading right in this range, right below this you know, support level, because previous support becomes you know, resistance. That's just how it is. So we are going to end up trading slightly below this support level, because we have been doing this pattern over and over, guys. We've been doing the same. Look at this area, right? We had to go down, then we went up, then we started trading right around that area. So that's what I'm really expecting. So my buy orders when it comes to Bitcoin are set slightly below this area, because I know there's going to be a long wick to the downside, and I'm going to be buying it up. That's as far as Bitcoin trading is concerned. So if we go back, right, I previously mentioned to you guys that we are going to be having an altcoin mini bull season, if I can put it that way, right? And the more cryptocurrencies that I'm going to be trading, the better, or rather the more profit I'm going to be able to make. And right now I have picked very good cryptocurrencies that you guys have to definitely look at, because these have got the you know, the power to like make you quite a lot of money. For example, Litecoin, just like I told you, if you guys check out the lightningblockhalf.com website, you guys are going to discover that in the next 182 days, right, there's going to be a bit, or rather a Litecoin block halving. So halving pretty much is a situation where the people who are going to be mining a certain cryptocurrencies, right, tend to receive fewer mining results, if I can put it that way. So what's really going to happen is that there's obviously going to be way much more demand, because the supply of Litecoin is obviously going to reduce. So a lot of people usually tend to pump up prices of cryptocurrencies whenever halving happens, because obviously people do understand that there's economics which is going to be you know, playing a role in the price of that particular cryptocurrency. So this is what's really going to drive the price of Litecoin to actually do very very well. So what we're going to be doing, right, is we are going to be benefiting from this upward momentum. So I really want you guys to be like very ready, and I want you guys to have like a trading plan, because we do understand that there's obviously going to be an upward momentum when it comes to Litecoin, because they are going to be having their block reward halving. And by the way, Charlie Lee also wanted to introduce privacy to Litecoin. So there's obviously going to be like a whole lot of good news, and there's obviously going to be a whole lot of people flocking to Litecoin. So now that we know that Litecoin has got these amazing developments which are going to happen, right, we are going to take advantage. So let's go back to the price of Litecoin, and let me just show you what was happening to the price of Litecoin since December. Since December, we've been having an amazing high after high type of situation, and that's a very good thing. And these are the types of situations that I really like, when we have a very good amount of volatility. Look at this right over here. This is a very good amount of profit if you were using the right amount of leverage. If you were using 10x leverage, right, you would have made quite a substantial amount of money if you really did the right thing right around that area. And look at this amazing rise right over here. That could have been a very good trade. So now that we know that Litecoin is going to be performing very well, right, we are definitely going to be taking advantage of that. So let's just look at the 1 week chart, and let's just see what's happening. So obviously we are facing some resistance right around this area, right? This is where the fractal is, the highest fractal is. So best believe anytime we are definitely going to be crashing this price, we are definitely going to be in a very parabolic rise to the upside. But this is not really going to happen anytime soon, because we obviously have to consolidate, and we obviously have to go back down and grab some momentum on the downside. So as you guys can quickly see, let's just look up the fib levels of Litecoin. So I'm really expecting Litecoin to obviously drop down to the 23.6% fib level, right? And we are most likely going to drop down to the 38.2% fib level as well, because this is obviously a golden ratio right over here. So obviously in the recent past we've been having a very good upward momentum, and obviously we have to correct and consolidate. That's just how it is. You just can't simply continue going up. You always have to consolidate, go up, consolidate. That's just how it is. So eventually Litecoin is going to obviously drop to these levels. And if you guys had to scroll back, if you guys have noticed, Litecoin has been doing the cup and handle pattern for a very long time. This is a cup and handle. There you go. And it obviously went up, right? So if you guys are able to recognize very common patterns with cryptocurrencies, you are definitely going to be able to make a lot of money, because different cryptocurrencies have got different ways of trading, because obviously there's people who are using trading bots, right? And these trading bots have been designed to perform, or rather act, in a certain way. So this is one of the reasons why, for example, when it comes to Litecoin, right, cup and handle patterns are very prominent, and they are very common. So as you guys can clearly see, right around this area we had a cup and handle. Then if you had to buy right around this area, you would have made a little bit of profit, and obviously it went down right over there. So the base of the cup could have been another good entry, and then you would have made that amount of money by taking advantage of that upward momentum right over there. So guys, it's all about recognizing patterns and obviously applying whatever knowledge you have based on that particular altcoin, and just using that to your trading advantage. So right now, right, if we go back to this area, the previous cup and handle situation that we had, right, we are obviously having a very good textbook cup and handle, right? If you had to buy right around that area, it would have been very good substantial profit right around that area. Now that we are having some resistance right over here, right, we've got a very high probability of going down. We can end up going back to this base, right, and that could be a very good entry. But we don't really know exactly what's going to happen in the future, but we are going to be prepared in case that happens. So if, for example, Litecoin is going to drop as low as that base, right, I am definitely going to be doing a very good trade on this one. I'm going to do about 25% leverage on this particular trade if that happens, because this is going to be a very good confirmation pattern, just like we have been experiencing as well. For example, you guys can see another cup and handle formation right over here, right? And then boom, it had that uptrend right over there. Then it dropped down way below this base right around that area, if I can get it right. Obviously you guys do understand what I am talking about, right? So that would have been a very good trade right around that area. And it doesn't really matter, like if you guys had to get in right around that base area, right? If you look at the risk and the reward ratio, even though Litecoin had to dip way below this area, right, you would have still ended up making money. So right around this area, if the price of Litecoin was going to go below this area, right, your risk to reward ratio is also going to be very, very well good as well. So I'm not really going to be that worried about that area. So I'm obviously going to place my buy orders right around this point, and I might also put my buy orders right below this area, just depending on the support and resistance points right around this area. So it all depends on the price of Litecoin and what the price of Litecoin is going to do in the future. These are basic trading strategies that I really want you guys to be aware of, and these are the things that you are supposed to be thinking about, because trading is all about having alternative trading strategies. Like if you guys have got only one trading strategy, you are going to end up being messed up. So it's all about having, or rather looking at things in a different looking at different angles and just coming up with different strategies like that. You're going to be able to like make money. So let's get back to the Fibonacci level, because right now we are only dealing with the short term type of analysis. So right now I am expecting the price of Litecoin to obviously, or rather hopefully, drop down to as low as 23.6% fib level. If the price of Litecoin is going to continue going down, we are obviously going to go back to the golden ratio, which is about 38.2% fib level right around this area. This is what we are definitely going to be able to find some support, or if we are lucky, Litecoin is going to be right around the 23.6% fib level, and we are definitely going to continue going up like that. So it just depends on what the situation is going to be. But in case Litecoin is going to drastically drop, you guys already know my trading strategy when it comes to this cup and handle type of formation. So please look out for the price of Litecoin in the next coming few weeks, in the next coming months, and you guys are going to be able to make very good amount of profit when it comes to Litecoin. The other scenario that I really wanted to look at is obviously, what if the price of Litecoin continues going up? What if it doesn't consolidate to the downside? Where are we going to be looking at our next targets? Like what price points are we supposed to be looking out for? This is where the previous resistance, the previous support levels are going to be playing a very important key role. Like for example, if I just had to like look at this without even using all those complicated indicators, we are definitely going to find quite a lot of resistance right around this area, because this is where we had the previous resistance. So best believe if Litecoin is going to continue going parabolically high, we are definitely going to be able to like buy in right around this area before it continues going up. And for example, if it crashes this area, then we are definitely going to find some more resistance right around that area. That's just basically how the cookie crumbles. If you guys really want to be like extremely careful, or rather if you really want to be like very precise, you can also check out the fib levels right around that area. For example, if you had to like check that previous all-time high to the previous all-time low, right, this can also give you a little bit of guidance as well. You can always look out for situations like, for example, that one, and you can also look out for another situation right around that area. That's just how it is. So in case the price of Litecoin goes up or down, you guys have got a trading strategy. You guys are going to be acting in a certain way. That's really the number one strategy that is really going to be able to like make your money, make you a whole lot of money. And please try to use as little money as you can from your whatever trading portfolio. Try to minimize your risk by using very little bit of money, and then try to increase the amount of profit that you are going to be able to make on any particular trade. So it's all about having very good risk to reward ratio, and it's all about finding very good trades. So that is as far as Litecoin is concerned. So let's move over to VET, because I really believe this is one of the best cryptocurrencies this is where you can really get to like make a lot of money, because the risk to reward is absolutely insane. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that drastic rise. Let's briefly look at the fib levels, right? We had obviously our low right around that area, okay, and then we are having a lot of support like right at the golden ratio 61.8. I really love these areas, you know, 61.8% fib level plus 38.2% fib level, because these are the areas where there's going to be like a lot of resistance and support. So for example, right over here we were having a downward trend, right? We were having a downward trend, and we are obviously finding support right around this area. If the price of VET is going to go below this area, right, it's not really going to go that far below the 61.8% fib level. It's not really going to go lower than this price. You know, I don't really expect it to drop as low. You know, I don't really expect it to drop that low. In case it drops that low, right, it's really going to end up bouncing off of the 78.6 fib level right around that area. But 68.8% fib level is a very good entry. So best believe if you guys are going to be trading this cryptocurrency, you are definitely going to be making some sweet amount of money, right? And if we had to look at the fractals, if we check out the fractals, right, we have a very bearish fractal right around this area, and then we have a bullish fractal right around this area. But due to the fact that Bitcoin was having its correction yesterday, right, we were able to you know, go down and sort of more of cancel this fractal right around this area. So this candle might be a very bullish fractal as well in the next coming few days, because it's going to be the lowest point right over there, and the coming few days are going to be very good days where the price of VET is obviously going to be consolidating. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. So as you guys can clearly see, this is very good amount of support, and look at the amount of volume that we are facing right over here. This is very good volume that we have. So if we can really check out the support level that we are having right around this area, right, we are definitely going to see that this is a very good entry in case the price of VET goes down, right, which I highly doubt. In case it really does that, then I'm going to be buying a lot of VET at the 78.6 fib level. And then what's really going to happen is we are obviously going to be uptrending. And if we had to look at the elliott waves, right, let's just briefly look at the elliott waves. I think we are definitely about to finish our, you know, XY type of situation. Like for example, we do that, okay, it can be something like this if we had to be very, very extreme, right? And we are obviously having our ABC, right? This is where the sort of pattern really is most likely to end, okay? And we've got a very high likelihood of the price of VET going back up. So according to my personal you know, preference, this is a very good risk to reward type of situation. Let's say for example we end up uptrending from here, right, and we go to 38.2 fib level, right, you guys are going to be able to end up making 17% money. All right, if we end up going to that area, for example 23.6, right, you guys are going to be able to like make 23% with 10% with 10x leverage. You guys can make very good decent amount of money. So that's just how it is. That's just how the cookie crumbles as well. And you guys are going to be able to make some decent amount of money. So let's just do this. Let's say for example this was our AB type of structure, right? Then we expect C to obviously go slightly above this you know, fractal right around that area. So for example, if we had to go as high as that level, then we can make quite good amounts of money, because usually the C wave usually ends up going higher than the previous you know, fractal right around that area. So that's obviously a possible scenario, but I usually love being very considerate, and I don't really love over exceeding my expectations, because this is crypto and you might really get disappointed. So this is why taking good profit out of the 38.2% level is obviously going to be a very good thing. So my profit taking target is obviously going to be right around this area. In case I really get blessed and the price of VT goes as high as that price point, let's say right around this area, then that can be a very good thing as well. It's just going to be like some type of, by the way, type of thing, and I'm really going to be, you know, taken aback, and that's really going to be very good as well. So yeah, that's as far as VET is concerned. So in case the price of VET continues going down, expect to bounce on the 78.6% fib level, but judging from what we are seeing right now, I think we've found very good decent amount of support. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to. So guys, have a great time trading VET, and in case you guys make a little bit of money like in a few upcoming weeks, please come back to this video and say, hey, you were right about this trade. Moving over to EOS, I really think we are definitely going to have very decent profit trading EOS. So right now, let's look at the Bollinger Bands. By the way, as you guys can see, we are clearly having contractions in the Bollinger Bands, and best believe we are going to have a lot of volatility in the upcoming days, and those are the types of situations that I really love trading. Those are the types of scenarios where the trading profits, or rather losses, are going to be very substantial. As you guys have seen, right around this area we had very little volatility, plus the bands were were contracting, and this is where the breakdown really happened. Okay, so expect a very good move, a substantial move to the downside or to the upside as well. So right now, just judging on how things are going, right, if we had to go back to the 4-hour chart, right, we are obviously going to have a little bit of upward momentum, but I really think that the downward momentum probability is highly probable as compared to the upward momentum, because if you look at the risk to reward ratio when it comes to EOS, right, the better, or rather the best trades, or rather the best amount of profit is going to be made going to the downside, but due to the fact that BTC is going to be going sideways, right, and we are most likely to have an altcoin season, right, the probability of EOS going up is also very high as well. So let's briefly look at the fib levels, right, and just try to see exactly what's been happening. So as you guys can clearly see, we obviously bounced off of the 38.2% fib level, right, and we are obviously moving to the upside right now, and if we were more likely to go to the downside, right, we were obviously going to be trading below the 38.2% fib levels. Okay, so just according to the next days, just depending on what's really going to happen in the next upcoming days, right, we are obviously going to be changing our trading strategy. So trading cryptocurrencies is all about adjusting, or rather adapting to the prices. It's not just about having one notion and just having one rigid conclusion on one particular trade. It's all about adjusting your own trading strategy based on what the price is going to be doing. So if the upward momentum is obviously going to continue, right, then we are definitely going to be able to face quite a substantial amount of resistance right around that area. If you look at the risk to reward ratio when it comes to EOS, right, we have about 10% profit if EOS had to go to the, you know, upside as well. But of course, if you look at the grand scheme of things, right, we might end up just going way up right around that area. Let's say we had to, you know, continue going up and just trying to go back to this all-time high, right, then we are obviously going to face quite a substantial amount of resistance right around the 78.6% fib level, judging from the swing high to the swing low right around that area. So this can be a very good you know, point where we can make very good profit, where we can try to like sell, but based on the fractals as well, right? If you guys can clearly see these fractals that we are having a very bearish fractal, so there's a high likelihood of the price of EOS going back down. Okay, so remember what usually happens when you are dealing with Elliott waves, right? You have something like that, and then you've got your Y right around that area. So in order for EOS to complete its corrective move, right, this whole scenario is a corrective move, right, we obviously have to move eventually to the downside in order for us to like you know, complete that move, just like the way BTC has been performing as well. BTC has been doing practically the same thing. If you guys can clearly see that, that is pretty much similar to what EOS is going through, and this is sort of going to the Y wave as well. So best believe EOS is eventually going to have to go way below this support level at some point in order for it to complete the Elo wave structure as well. But guys, you always have to remember that there's always going to be, you know, the A, B, C type of structure where it's going to end up doing that. So we've also got a very good likelihood of you know, a very good chance of EOS continuing its uptrend scenario. So in case that happens, right, we are obviously going to look out for the you know, this area right around this region or slightly above this region. This is where we are obviously going to be able to like take our profit. So in case the price of EOS goes down, right, we are obviously most definitely going to experience a lot of support right around the 61.8% fib level. This is where we're going to end up bouncing off of. So it just depends, but according to the fractals, right, it really seems like we are going to end up correcting and we're going to end up you know, going down. So that's something that can really happen, and that is something which is highly likely to happen. But right now it really seems like we are starting our downward momentum, and we might end up just going to the downside as well. So when it comes to this you know, particular trade, the risk to reward for me right now is very blurry, and I wouldn't really want to put a lot of money in this trade. I would definitely watch out for the targets to be hit, then I would be able to like make my own judgments. But according to where we are right now, the risk to reward is not really that good. So I really hope that you guys understand my logic, and if you guys have got like a very good clear direction of where the price of EOS is obviously going to go, then we are definitely going to be able to like listen to your opinions, and please drop them in the comment section below. But according to what I told you, Bitcoin is going to be going sideways, and there's going to be a mini altcoin season, so we might end up just going up high. So with me, when it comes to EOS, right, I would rather short it than longing it. That's just how it is, because right over here it's a very tricky situation. So be careful, just depends on your preference. Continue doing what you have to do, but according to me, I don't really like the risk to reward ratio on this particular trade. Tron is a very important cryptocurrency as well, because it has been performing very well as well. But according to the fractals, we are definitely having some sort of bearish fractal, so we are bound to have a little bit of correction as well. So if you look at the Ichimoku cloud, yeah, according to the Ichimoku cloud, right, we are definitely going to be able to have we have decent support right around this area, because the cloud is obviously, you know, giving us a green you know, go ahead, and we are most likely going to have very little resistance right around this area. So we are definitely bound to do extremely well. But according to the fractals that we are having, we are supposed to be anticipating a very good small sort of correction. So let me just get rid of the Ichimoku clouds. And according to the fundamentals, when it comes to Tron, right, obviously there's a lot of gambling apps when it comes to Tron. So there's obviously quite a good amount of Tron which is being locked up most of the time. So this is one of the reasons why everybody is getting surprised. Like, everybody is saying, why is the price of Tron going up? Like, everybody can't really understand the whole logic behind the price of Tron going up, because a lot of people do understand that Tron is a shit coin. But sometimes when you're trading cryptocurrencies, right, the most unexpected cryptocurrencies tend to do well. Like, you guys can be surprised, like, what in the hell, why are people buying Tron? It's due to the fact that a lot of gambling apps on Tron are locking up their Tron supply. So obviously economics, right? Less supply is equal to more demand, and the more demand there is, the higher the prices are obviously going to be. So this is what's basically going to be happening. So obviously every time we have a very good significant bull run, right, we obviously tend to have an equally deep corrective scenario as well happening with you know, Tron. So as you can see, we had a very good pump right around this area, and we equally had a very steep decline to the downside as well. So obviously you guys have to be very patient, and you guys have to look out for what's going to be happening. So for example, in case the price of Tron goes below 23.6% fib level, right, you guys are going to be able to like scoop it up right around this area, okay? that's just how it is. So right now we are looking for very good entries, and we are definitely going to be looking for Tron to, you know, sort of finish its corrective cycles, because what can happen is we might just end up losing support right around that area, and you guys might be able to lose quite a lot of money, because we are definitely high when it comes to the price of Tron, and you don't really want to like risk that much, and you don't really want to like you know, put your funds at risk. So it's very good for you guys to like only enter at the golden ratios. Like for example, if you guys are going to be able to buy Tron right around the 38.2% fib level, that is going to be very, very good as well. And in case the price of Tron is going to be able to go above that price, right, you guys are going to have a very good amount of time to react. You guys already know the trading strategy that I have right around this area. I'm obviously going to be you know, doing the same thing that I did right around this area, where I simply put sell, or rather buy orders slightly above these fractals in order for me to catch the upward momentum. So that's definitely what I'm going to be doing. So I hope you guys have been subscribed to my YouTube channel. You guys obviously remember what I did when it came to this breakout right around these areas. So when it comes to Tron, a lot of trades are supposed to be done like in a very short period of time. So please have a very short-term type of trading strategy when it comes to Tron. So in case the price of Tron crosses above these fractals right around this area, right above these highs, then expect a drastic upward momentum to continue. But as far as correction is concerned, we are obviously going to be having a very decent amount of correction, and I'm obviously going to keep you guys updated, and we are definitely going to come up with another trading strategy. So right now the risk to reward ratio is very bad. If you guys had to short this thing, you're not really guaranteed you know, that your short is going to do very well, because obviously the best thing was you guys shorting right above this area, you know, as close to that you know, price point. And by the way, I'm actually in a shorting position. If you guys have been subscribed to my YouTube channel, right, I obviously shorted right around that area, so I'm having very good profit right now, and yeah, I'm very happy with that trade. So obviously a better shorting position would have been as close to that high. Right now, if you guys had to short, you might end up risking your money, because what if it continues going up, right? And you guys can't really go long right now. You can't really go long right now because it might continue going down. So this is a very tricky scenario. This is a very bearish, sorry, it's not really a bearish scenario, it's just a very blurry scenario where you don't really know exactly what's going to happen, and the risk to reward ratio is very bad in both directions, if you had to go long or if you had to go short. So very tricky situation, but we obviously have got buy targets, right? We've got the 38.2% fib level, and we also have that you know, buy stop buy orders type of situation. We've got a conditional buy order right around that area whenever it crosses above these previous all-time highs, so that we can catch that pump and we can make money off of that. So I hope you guys understand these trading strategies. Obviously, as time goes by, we are obviously going to be revising our strategies, and we're going to be coming up with better risk to reward scenarios. So you guys better definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Muna. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and please kindly share it with a lot of people, because I really want my YouTube channel to grow. So yeah, have a great time. In case I made any mistakes, please forgive me. I am but only human. You know how it is, we are trying to improve our trading strategies. That's just how it is. So happy trading, be good, stay safe, and talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with a nigga like me. We can catch a fly. Said she wanna rock with a nigga like me.